Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for your waiting. I'm Christina and welcome to our new product conference. So today I'm so excited because we have 3 new products to show you. And I'm sure that you won't be disappointed. Okay, next page. So this is our agenda. And Gary, our product director, he will introduce BRAV-7131 to you. And then our partner Reese, she will introduce the details of BRAV-7720 and 7721. And of course, we will have new product promotion and Q&A section. So if you have any questions, just type in the chat box and we will answer you later. Okay, so I can't wait for the presentation of our new product. So Gary, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Gary, and today I'm going to introduce our new product. It's the BRAV-7131. We named it as the BRAV series because it has a multifunctional high computing power, and this is a AI edge computing system. So I will introduce this new product with these 6 contents. The first one, I will introduce our BRAV series roadmap, and next is the product specifications of our new products. Next part is the product features, and the next is the order information, target market, and the product schedule. Okay, let's begin our BRAV roadmap. This is a picture of our BRAV series products. Now we have so many products. For example, this is the Intel Skylake or Keep Lake U. Next is Skylake or Keep Lake S, Coffee Lake, Command Lake, Tiger Lake, and Adder Lake. But today I'm going to introduce our new BRAV 7131. The above products are equipped with the Intel x86 architecture, but today's product is equipped with the ARM architecture. Next page, this is a list of the BRAV series can support the AI accelerator card. Now we can support the NVIDIA PCIe, MXN, or NVIDIA GPU card, or we can also support the domestic accelerator card with the PCIe or MXN or M.2. Also, we can support Intel GPU or Halo 8, the accelerator card. Next page, this is a picture of the BRAV line roadmap. Actually, these products has been the mass production now, and the new product is on the PVT phase. Okay. I will introduce the product features of the BRAV-7131. About these products, we have 2 models, S01 and S02. There are 8 cores with the ARM Cortex-A78 architecture with the S01, and S02 can support 12 cores. For the GPU, the S01 and the S02 with different GPU cores and frequency or tensor cores. Next is memory. The S02 can support 32 GB and S02 can support 64 GB. They are all support LPDDR5 memory. And for the resolution of HDMI, it can support 4K. There are two USB 3, two USB 2, 5 lanes with Intel i226V network chip. And for the inside expansion, there's one 4-side mini PCIe, which can support the SIM slot, so it can install with the 4G module, a CAN module, or Wi-Fi module, and others function cards. There's one M.2 30 and 52B key with SIM slot can support 4G or 5G module. There's one M.2 22 and 8 key. It can support NVMe storage or AI accelerator card. There's one M.2 22 and 30E key. It can support Wi-Fi module. Next is DIO and the stereo port. There's 8B DI and 8B DO. There are 4 stereo ports with 2 RS485 and 2 RS232. Next is power supply. It can support DC 9 to 36 voltage wide power input. And also there's a DC output. It can support 12 voltage output. Okay, next page. This is an picture of our new product. First picture is the front side. Here is the DC in power supply, support DC 9 to 36 voltage. Next is a DC out connector. It can support DC 12 voltage output. And next is HDMI. 4 lane ports, 2 USB 3, 2 USB 2, and the power button. This is a picture of the rear side. Here is a line out. There's a LAN port, a 16-bit DIO, one Kinetic I/O, and here is a CAN I/O. There are 4 COM ports. This is the right side. There's a restart button, recovery button, SD card slot, and SIM card slot. Okay, next, here is a dimension of this new product. Okay, next I will introduce the product features. I will introduce from these following aspects. And the first one is the high energy efficiency CPU. It can support the 8 or 12 cores of ARM Cortex-A78AE CPU with 2.2 G main frequency. And the TDP of the CPU power consumption is lower than 15 watt. And next is the high performance GPU, because the product is equipped with the Intel Ampere architecture, so it compared to NVIDIA Turing GPU architecture, it can up to 1.7 times faster for traditional graphic workloads and 2 times faster for ray tracing. Because of the high performance of GPU, so it can support the very stronger video coding or decoding. Okay, next page. It can support a high computational DLA and PVA. For example, it supports dual 2.0 NVDLA and a single 2.0 PVA. For SO1, the computing power is about 200 TOPS, and for SO2 model, the computing power is about 275 TOPS. This is the the frequency. The SO1 with 1.4 and the SO2 is the 1.6. Okay, the memory and the storage are onboard design. For the memory, the SO1 is 32 GB and SO2 is 64 GB. And there's 64 GB storage on board. So the memory and the storage are on board is very convenient and reliability. For the storage, except besides the onboard storage, it can also support one 2.5-inch data, one M.2 2280 supports NVMe storage, and there's also a SD card. Okay, this page is introduced the network solution. Except for the 5 Intel network chip, our motherboard can support the expansion network solution. For example, the mini PCIe, you can install like 4G or Wi-Fi. For the M.2, you can also install with the 4G or 5G module. And there's also M.2 can support Wi-Fi module. So the above complete network enable our system to access multi-channel sensing equipment. It can communicate with the cloud and connect wirelessly to the mobile base station at the same time. It can ensure the independent bandwidth for signal acquisition, data communication, and information release. Okay. This page is introduced the multiple clock synchronization because our I/O or COM ports can connect to the timing devices, so it can support the network timing or synchronized sensor to timing. Okay, this is introduce our I/O designed with the isolation. For example, the 8-bit DI and 8-bit DO are photoelectronic isolation. The RS 478, 485 and the RS 232 are there are four comms totally, and for the RS 485 are photoelectronic isolation, but the RS 232 are without isolation design. The CAM module is also with the photoelectronic isolation. We designed it as the isolation because it can improve the equipment on lightning and the surge protection capabilities, and so it can make it more applicable and practical. This is the operating temperature of the product. It can operating under 20 degrees to 60 degrees. Okay, our products can also support the anti-vibration design because they are for cushion rubber foot pads, so it can be used as the mobile environment. Okay, here is the introduce the DC out connector. So with this connector, you can connect other devices such as RSU or camera from this connector. Okay, next is the order information. As we know, there are three models, S01 and S02. The difference is the memory size and the computing power of the GPU. So this is for your reference. Okay. Because of the high performance of the product, our new product can use the very widely, such as the V2X, used as the roadside MEC, or roadside or the controller, machine vision, AGV, AMR, and others applications. Okay, the last part is the product schedule. Now we have our new product with the small battery release now. Okay, that's all for my sharing of our new product. And next, my partner Reese will introduce our another product. Okay, let's welcome Reese.
Hi, I'm Reese. With the next, I will introduction our two new product, BRAV-7720 and 7721. They are high performance AIoT multiple architecture edge computing system, and they can support a series of AI accelerator card, like the following the 8 series. My colleague has just now introduced it in detail, so let's focus on the next page. Okay, the second part, I will introduce the production specification. The first is BRAV-7720 about the CPU and PC edge. It equipped with Intel Alder Lake S12 Gen core with and Q617 PC edge. And about memory, it has two 262-pin SOD dual channel. About the network part, it has two Intel i226V and i219LM. And about the graphic, it supports DP, HDMI, and VGA. And about the USB, it has 6 USB 3.2 and have 2 COM port. And about the expansion, it has a 4-set mini PCIe with SIM slot, automatic detection of SATA signal and PCIe signal, and M.2 with a SIM slot, one M.2 with X4 signal, and PCIe X16 with X16 signal, and PCIe X16 with X4 signal. And about the storage, it has two 2.5-inch HDD and or SSD, SITA3 1 mini PCIe and M.2. And about power supply, it supports DC 12V power supply and DC 12V 6N radar supply output. And next, it is the WP model, WP series of the BRAV-7721. Some of parameters of it is the same as the 7720. The difference is in the power supply. The WP model support DC 9-55V wide voltage power supply and DC 12V and 6N radar. Oh, sorry. Okay. It means the WP model can support more powerful input. And the next is 7721. Some parameter of it is the same as the 7720. The difference is in the expansion. The 7721 has two PCIe X16 with X8 signal and two PCIe X16 with X4 signal. It means it can support more expansion cards and support more. You can add more functions, and it also has a WP model. The difference is in the power supply. It can support DC 9-55V wide voltage power supply. And next, I will introduction the comparison of BRAV-77 series and the 75 series. About the CPU 77 series equipped with Alder Lake 12-string core and 75 series equipped with Intel Xeon E or Intel Coffee Lake 9 or 8-string core. And about the PCH 77 is the Q617 and the 75 series is the Q370 or C246. And about the memory, the 77 series have 2 DDR5 while the 75 series have 4 DDR4. It means the 77 series can saving the space and have high speed rates. And about the graphic, the 77 series can support the HDMI. And about the line, 77 series have 2 I226B and 75 series have 2 I210AT. And about the expansion, the 77 series reduced the M.2 with M.2 20 to 30 and add a 4 sets mini PCIe. And the next, about the memory, the 77 series have automatically identification of the type of the card, but and the 75 series have to be set in the BIOS for the proper identification. And about the audio, the 77 series is not designed the interface about it, but in the motherboard had this function, so we can let it out if you need. And about the DIO, the 77 series can option the 16-bit DIO or TTL signal. And about the USB, the 77 series has 6 USB 3.2 and 2 COM port. And about the OS support, the 77 added the supported for the Windows 11. Okay, next I will introduce, we can see the product appearance of the BRAV-7720. It is the dimension of it. We can see the interface about the case that there are expansion slot and port and COM port, and this is the network port, and this is the USB port and some video display port. Okay, next is the WP model of 7720. And next, it is the dimension of BRAV-7721 and his WP model. Compared to the 7720, it add more PCIe slot. Okay, next I will introduce the product features, and there are 12 functions about it. Okay, let's focus on the first. High energy efficiency CPU. These two new products equipped with 12th generation desktop processor Alder Lake S. It has the single thread performance and the multi-thread performance are significantly improved compared to the 10th generation. And next, the second is high performance CPU compared to the 10th generation. The video card performance improved and CPU image classification design performance improved. And next is high frequency memory support. The dual channel DDR5 SOD frequency is 4800 megahertz. Maximum memory capacity for 64 GB and high capability supports most mainstream memory manufacturers in the market. And the next is the 1 and 2 core storage. The first is 1 M.2 support NVMe high-speed slot storage disk, and the second is 1 mini PCIe automatic defective MSATA, and the 2.5-inch SATA 3. And next is complete network solution. The first is they have three network ports, and it has 1 mini PCI with SIM slot can support 4G LTE or Wi-Fi wireless, and 1 M.2 with SIM slot support 5G module, and 1 mini PCIe optional ECB 246 or 279 double gigabit network ports through the iPod. And the complete network solution communicate with the cloud and connect wirelessly to the mobile base station, ensuring independent bandwidth for signal. And next, it has the i219LM network chip, so it can support JHC remote management with software. And the next is the multiple extensions. The BRAV-7720 is standard dual expansion design, while the BRAV-7721 is a standard 4 expansion design. It can implement the 4 PCIe or PCI, or you can choose the PCIe plus PCI with. And there are some the supported card like ECX255. It has 1 PCIe X6 with X16 signal and 1 PCIe X16 with X4 signal, and like ECX275, it has 1 PCIe X6 with S16 signal and PCIe X16 with X4 signal, and 2 32-bit PCI. And the next is the support GPU cards or AI accelerator cards with different computing power. It can support the loss of less than 300 to 320 millimeter cards, and the power supply can support the standable power input. The unique power supply design can support the standable power input. And there are some video card series it can support it, like NVIDIA GTX 16 series GeForce GPU card, and NVIDIA RTX 30 series, or like NVIDIA or the domestic AI accelerator card, and there are some supported supported model about the video card. And next is practical power supply design. There are 3 sets of power supply design. Like the DC in 12V non-wild voltage power supply solution and the DC in 9 to 55 wild voltage power supply solution. And the next is about the temperature, work temperature. And it is without fine passive heat dissipation design, operating temperature range minus 20 degree to 16 degree. And the next is the overall shock absorption. There are 2 parts of it. The first is WP model adopt shock absorbing chassis as mounting, or you can and about the standard series, it is non-wild press model have 6 drop feed paths. And next is about the DC. It is the DC 12V6N external power supply interface. And the next is the 4 parts. I will introduce the order information. This is the 77 series order information, and there are the model and some description and extent about it. And this is the WP model's order information. And next is the 7721 order information, like this. And next is the target market. It is it is be used in the car network, MEC, or machine vision, or special vehicle on board, or like intelligent security, and the medical imaging. Okay, that includes my introduction today. Christina will introduce the product promotion. So next, over to the Christina.
Okay, so now is our promotion time. So we have a special offer on these 3 new products. It's for any distributor who attend our webinar today and complete the order for the sample machine before June 30. So this is the first order. And if your next order is over $10,000, then you will get a $500 discount. And the same, if your next order is over $15,000, then congratulations, you will get a $900 discount of your order. And there are a few things you need to note is that your sample orders need to complete before June 30. And you need to have a screenshot of this page, and it's as a proof of your attendance. Okay, so this is our special offer. And next, okay, so next is our Q&A section. So we have collected some questions from the customer for Gary to answer. So the first one is, what is the DC output voltage and current of the BRAV-7131, and what about its computing power? So Gary, can you answer this question for us?
Okay, sure. The DC output voltage of the BRAV-7131 is 12, and the current is about 3 ampere. And the computing power of this product, because we have two models, SO1 and SO2. So the SO1, the computing power is about 200 TOPS, and the SO2, the computing power is about 275 TOPS.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, can BRAV-7720 and 7721 support the RAID function?
Yes, our BRAV-7720 and 7721, and these two products can support RAID 0 and RAID 1. Yes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And let's see if anyone have any questions. Just feel free to type in the chat box and Gary will answer the questions for you.
Yes. If you have any questions about our new products, you can answer. You can ask us, or you can write on the chat box.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, no questions? Okay, next page. Okay, so if you have any query after the webinar, and just feel free to reach us through this email. And of course, don't forget to follow us Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay, next. So this is the end of our webinar, and thank you again for your attendance. So I hope this webinar can help, and we can keep in touch and see you in our next webinar. So thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.